hitter.
Couldn't be a better start. There's no way. All week long, they've talked about having this type of a start, but I think they looked at it from the offensive team's perspective. You know, get the opening kickoff. You guys control the ball. A lot of people are now going to say, okay, now your offense, will they be out of whack? No, not at all. They're going to be absolutely happy. They're relaxed. They took care of business for them. They don't have any pressure now. They can just go play.
Anders Carlson to kick off for the Packers.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Ready up!
They'll look to throw now on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Buccaneers at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they come in off a disappointment last time out. That put an end to their modest 3-game win streak.
And it always hurts when you lose a tight game, as they did a week ago. I think each player starts thinking to himself, if I could have played better one play here, one play there, maybe it could have changed this team's fortunes. But it absolutely illustrates how important it is to play a complete game if you want to win in the NFL.
On second down now, Branch. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. I mean, look at this Packers defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over the Lions.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Packers are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know, some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Throwing to start the drive. Green. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Vita Vea, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Back to throw. Green. He finds his man. Complete. That's Pearson. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? take whatever you want underneath by all means.
On now is the Packers punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Here's a ball deep from Musgrave. That is incomplete. You look at this Packers defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over the Lions.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
Let's go. Now a 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw here. And now another one thrown incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain. I know for us it's fun, and it's not so much fun for the rookie receivers when we see them coming into the league and we're in training camps. You see them working on getting 2 feet down instead of 1. But the best ones train in college trying to get 2 down instead of 1, so the transition's a little bit less. In this case, though, wasn't able to complete it anyway.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Shedding through the defense. A 7-yard return following a punt, a 45-yard. So get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. They'll drop to throw. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield at man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass.
Packers take over first and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Well, certainly going to be a lot tougher adding a touchdown to that lead now since they're facing second and 20-plus. Big-time sack to start the drive and put the opponent way back. Let's see what kind of play call they come up with here.
Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's second and 21. Looking to throw. Green. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so, they're going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
He'll take this to the 46. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Here we go,
Right back to Brown. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Carlson's extra point up and good. And it's now 14-0.
Packers 14, Buccaneers nothing. Anders Carlson to kick off for the Packers.
So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They're going to look to throw. Big strides, look at him go. And some room to work. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. But I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Branch. And 3 yards there. Takes him to the 45. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw. That's to the tight end, Musgrave. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations. But a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
to throw now on first down. He's going to air one out. And this is caught. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. A great effort there. With touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Buccaneers are back within a score. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Muscles by at the 25. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
From the 34-yard line, here's second down and 5. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
On first and 10, here's Brown. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Looking at a second and 11 now after the loss. Option play. Here's a give to Brown. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he can get out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
DeForest Buckner is a really tall defensive end / defensive tackle. How about that move right there to get upfield and make the play in the offensive backfield? Excellent leverage.
You're right. Tall, big, 6'7", nearly 300 pounds. Couple of plays sent him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. This pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at about the 14. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
Partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A good yardage there on first down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 1. Up the middle they go. Branch. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Pass taken in by his big tight end. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Second and 2. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it, because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. How you like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you?
And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense, because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
So free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. It'll be a gain of 4 here, and it will take us to the end of the first half of play. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. So this just a 5-point game as we resume action in this second half on EA Sports. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. Those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
Now a throw here to his running back. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the front.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown.
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. So a great play there for this highly regarded linebacker making his first career sack.
And his versatility on display right there. Look, we've known him primarily as a tackler and a cover man, but he can go get the quarterback when the situation calls for it, as he just did right there.
Third and 9 here. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And the Packers are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now Green, off the play fake, looking deep downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness, there was no one around him, but he took his eye off it, and it falls incomplete.
Concentration so key on a ball like that. It's hard. I know how difficult it is, but that's a ball you've got to come up with. And instead, a big play is going to slip through their fingers, literally and figuratively.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Off play action, Green. That's caught at the 25. And it's a Packers touchdown. Darnell Mooney, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me. And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. This is Brown going up the middle. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. And the give to Brown on the option. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 63 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. On 3rd down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations. There's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
Carlson back out there now to send this one away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
18-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition,
there he goes left side. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 56 yards.
I can still hear it reverberate through this thick skull of mine. Crossing routes versus man-to-man coverage, it's a bad matchup for the defense. Those tend to work very well as they run away from a defender.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. This is caught. Touchdown. Luke Musgrave, 26 yards. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's intercepted. picked up by Andre Cisco. Well, I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And he pulls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Luke Musgrave with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Bucs take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. CD, you know, anytime they get close to the red zone, he is such a threat. And there he is again already, his second touchdown of the ball game.
And I know it's probably a little bit of a failing on my part, but you know I watch a game through defensive eyes, and I don't understand what the coverage was doing there. When he headed out deep, they should have adjusted and flowed towards him. Instead, they left him out there and gave him a chance to make a big play. And, of course, he did exactly that. His size, speed, and versatility makes him a top target in any game.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 83 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Operating from the gun. Green. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 54 yards. The previous play, big on the ground. That one big through the air. Things have jumped up quickly.
Certainly appears that whatever their thought process is on the defensive side of the ball, they're one play behind. You know, loaded up for the pass, they hit them with the run. Load up for the run, they hit them with the pass. They've got to get in sync.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
In the backfield by himself is Brown, 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Green escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
And a smart play there. It's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. 3rd down. Here's Brown. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
19 tight.
They'll set up a throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Green throwing to start the drive. His throw incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Green. He's going to wind up and air it out. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. 41 yards. And the Packers add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And my goodness, another interception. And the Packers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, you're trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Looking deep here for Mooney. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. Now he's loose again. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 65 yards. And the Packers are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. Now Carlson for the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Next to score, Packers 45, Buccaneers 23.
So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. He'll drop to throw. And now here's another interception. Shreds him with a stiff arm. But to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team, because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. Now Green to throw on 2nd down. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Open man is Musgrave, the tight end. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. He got 29 yards that time. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll look to throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he comes back with one complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 39. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. They'll look to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
A short throw to Musgrave. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 29-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, and that is incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
24-yard gain on the play.
And here's Green on 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Pearson. And he's taken down inside the 30. 18 more yards there and another first down. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Now a play fake here on 1st down. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. There's Mooney with another catch. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And they're going to speed things up here. Now a give left side, Brown with it. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, Green. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Packers up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. Well, this has been another impressive display by this undefeated team, Charles, and it looks like they're going to stay that way after this one.
Yeah, one of the league's best offenses. They've stayed on brand in this contest because they continue to look good at what they do. Just added a late touchdown. Now they're really hammering home just how good they've been all year long, letting the rest of the league take notice.
Carlson back out there now to send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Oh, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That goes for a gain of 31.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet. and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get
Packer pressure, and down he goes. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for the Packers, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots.